Real Madrid y Atlético de Madrid se vuelven a disputar este título, esta vez en Milán.
On the field of play, 2016 was a year of milestones. In Europe's top club competition, the Champions League, Real Madrid once again put space between themselves and the rest of the continent's elite. The Spaniards beat fellow La Liga side and city rivals Atletico Madrid to lift the coveted trophy for a record 11th time, 4 more than any other team. It capped a fairy tale conclusion to a first season at the helm for Zinedine Zidane. Cristiano Ronaldo scored the winning penalty to deliver the title to his side. It would be the start of a trophy-filled year for the 31-year-old. 6 weeks later, Ronaldo would be celebrating another title, this time with his national teammates, after Portugal won the European Championship for the nation's very first major trophy. But star man Ronaldo was stretchered off after just 25 minutes of the final, but Portugal held strong to beat tournament hosts France 1-0 in extra time. Portugal had finally reached the pinnacle of European football.
Chi è stato il miglior giocatore del torneo secondo noi? Vi do un indizio, dalle sue parti lo chiamano Petit Diable, il piccolo diavolo.
Well, to sum that up, France forward Antoine Griezmann suffered heartbreak with Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final and again on July the 12th in the final of Euro 2016. But the 25-year-old striker earned a consolation prize for his Euro efforts by being named player of the tournament. Griezmann finished the European Championship on home soil as top scorer with 6 goals. He started all but one of France's 7 matches, and his Golden Boot winning tally included braces against Republic of Ireland and Germany in the knockout phase. Whilst many European heavyweight nations flattered to deceive in France, there were some surprise performances at Euro 2016 from a couple of the tournament debutants. Wales was a perfect example, as they captured the hearts and minds of football fans everywhere. It was a vintage campaign for the Dragons, who made a run to the semi-finals in their first ever appearance in the tournament. It was a run that saw Chris Coleman's men thrash Russia 3-0 in the group stage, but end in the last 4 against eventual winners Portugal. Iceland were another of the first-timers to make an impression on the footballing battlefields of France. The team returned home to a hero's welcome after reaching the quarter-finals. Their run at the event saw them draw with Portugal and Hungary and beat Austria in the group stage, from which they qualified in second place. They then caused one of the major upsets of the tournament by stunning England in the round of 16. Their visit to France ended in the quarters, where they were thumped by the hosts. Like Wales, Iceland's exploits captivated football fans, while the intimidating Viking clap from their own supporters has become one of the most iconic images of the event. Heading to Euro 2016 as defending 2-time champions, Spain were once again tagged as one of the pre-tournament favourites, but their era of European domination ended in the round of 16. The end of their era had already begun, though, when they were humiliated at the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, but it was confirmed in France with a poor string of performances that culminated in a 2-0 defeat by Italy in the first knockout round. For the first time in 8 years, Spain no longer have a title to defend. The beautiful game rears its ugly head from time to time. Unfortunately, Euro 2016 was one of those times. Violence marred the early stages of the competition. French riot police were called into action on several occasions when English and Russian fans clashed both in Marseille and Lille. Due to the extent of the violence, the Russian team were given a suspended disqualification, and the country's national federation was fined €150,000. 50 Russian fans were eventually deported. Nice, Paris, Saint-Étienne and Lyon also bore the brunt of some unruly behaviour by supporters. At the beginning of 2016, football's corridors of power witnessed change. Following a scandal-hit year for football's world governing body, FIFA elected a new president in February, former UEFA General Secretary Gianni Infantino. Infantino was charged with cleaning up FIFA's battered reputation left by his disgraced predecessor, Sepp Blatter.
You will be proud of FIFA, you will be proud of what FIFA will do for football.
The Swiss Italian's appointment marked a fresh start for the organisation. Infantino only entered the FIFA presidential race when his then UEFA boss Michel Platini was suspended, then banned for 6 years for accepting a disloyal payment from Blatter in 2011. In May, Platini had his ban reduced to 4 years by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, but his days involved with football were already numbered, as were Blatter's. In December, the 80-year-old Swiss failed in a challenge over his 6-year ban, a ruling he described as incomprehensible.
We have to clean here first.
Incomprehensible or not, with Blatter and Platini now out of the football picture, a new era at the top of the sport has begun. As Infantino settles well into his new job, his old one at the helm of European football's governing body UEFA needed to be filled. That was done in September. Head of the Slovenian Football Association, Alexander Čeferin, came out of nowhere to win the backing of 42 of the 55 UEFA voting members and win the election. Following a turbulent and chaotic 2015, the appointments of Infantino and Čeferin in 2016 marks a new and hopefully brighter chapter in football.